To Metroid Prime Remastered. I'm looking forward to playing some more of this. It's been a few days. It's been a long, long few days. Alright. Oh, that's right. I got the wave beam, and what was the last thing I did? I got the wave beam, and I got one of the visors. I think I got Predator Vision, didn't I? That sounds right. It's, like I said, it's been a very long few days. Long, exhausting, burned out few days. So I'm looking forward to a couple of hours, just a couple of hours where I can just relax. Oh, that should be lovely. Alright. So I got Predator Vision. I don't quite remember where I was going. So I might as well go to, I'll see if I can go to this room up here. Because why not? Alright, so go through the door on the bottom in the room straight ahead. And follow the path. How do I change visors? Okay, good. Reminding myself, and I think this is how you change the beams. Power beam, wave beam. Hey, look at that, I still remember. That's the scan visor, combat visor, thermal visor. Alright. So thermal, because I can't see jack right now without it. Ow. Oh, there is fall damage. Somebody shooting me? There are living people in here. Wow. Not living anymore. One charge attack and one missile seems to take them out pretty nicely. I like that. Simple and to the point. Damn. Alright. Ooh. Yoink. But yeah, I've been looking forward to playing more Metroid Prime for a few days. I was gonna play it the other day, and I think my neighborhood was just being too loud again. And then a couple of days before that, I just... after the work shifts of those couple of days, I just was not in the mood. Turn off the visor. Yeah, after a bad enough work shift, I'm desperately not in the mood to game. Didn't I kill you? Totally thought he was dead. Alright. So turn left once I get into this next room. So it should be that door? Alright, just ignore all them. Ah, get out of my way, jackass. Oh, I hate when the power goes out. Alright. In real life and in the video game. Well, hello there, random people. How are you? That's right. Oh, there's a lot of space pirates in here. Good to know. Freaking, I got a pop-up on my screen. Oh, that's going to annoy the hell out of me. It's not on the game capture, so nobody in the actual like stream should see. But on my actual computer, I have a damn freaking... One of my free services always tries to sell me on shit. Alright. Oh, good, I can see again without the visor. Alright, so straight ahead, and then we'll see if I can even go down that tunnel on the right-hand side. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Frickin' shadow pirate. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, not so tough when you're dead. Words to live by. Alright. Okay, I remember. Yeah, there were multiple paths. Okay, it's all coming back to me. It's been a few days. Since I'm out here, I might as well fill up my health. I lost a health bar. Or an energy pack. Oh yeah. I'm ready to go out and die. Alright. And I can go through that room. Wait, no, I can't, can I? Is that an ice beam door? Or is it just a non-powered door? This door has no power. Alright. Worn and weathered. Alright, how do I power the door? Nothing up there. I wonder if that bomb thing right below me powers the door. I don't believe it does. I think that raised and lowered the water level. I don't think it powered the door. It's the only area in Phendrana, though, I haven't been. And the game hasn't given me a hint to go another direction yet. Huh. I mean, spider ball track, but I don't have the spider ball. Spinner device, but I'm pretty sure that was just to raise platforms and maybe even power that thing. Ooh. That's totally a thing. So it does have to do with... Oh, I have a super missile now. I just remembered that. It was weird. So I had to build up a charge shot and then fire a missile, right? Is that not it? Where's the controls? Let's see. Super missile. Let's see, super missile, super missile. Okay. Nope, that's the morph ball. I'm pretty sure it was build a charge beam. Nope. Is it X maybe? No, that's a jump. I don't know how to fire my super missiles. But I feel like a super missile would probably be able to shatter that. Alright, I'm gonna go grab my tablet really quick. How to fire super missiles. What a stupid thing to have to Google, but apparently in Metroid Prime Remastered, they don't have the ability to look up control scheme stuff. Which is a fascinating oversight. You think that would just be a thing that's in your logbook or something. Like, yeah, that's weird. So I'll just, yeah, I guess I'll just Google How to fire super missile, Metroid Prime Remastered. But I feel like that might be it. A super missile will shatter that, revealing the thing that will power the door. So stupid. Alright, so the remaster, while fantastic, is not perfect. And this is a case in point, one of the issues with the remaster. It's one of the issues with Nintendo sometimes, is, like, they're great at the big stuff, and then they're terrible at the little quality of life stuff. They've always been terrible at the little quality of life stuff. Metroid Prime Remaster. Fire super missile. Yeah, other people looked for it, so let's see. Okay, so it looks like other people have ran into this problem, which makes me feel better. I'm not the only one that struggled to figure out how to fire the damn super missiles. Oh! Okay. If this works, then that is a fascinating oversight on the part... Not even an oversight. So, apparently it has to be the power beam? And not the wave beam? I mean, that worked. Both on firing the super missile and on the fact that it did shatter the statue like I was hoping it would. Or the statue, the plaque. But, like, that's an interesting, weird thing that the super missile doesn't work with the wave beam. I don't remember that. Huh. Fascinating. Alright, well, it did shatter it. Maybe now change back to wave beam. Will that power the... It powered the door. Look at that. Son of a bitch. Alright, I did figure it out, but I had to Google how to fire the damn super missiles. I'm honestly not 100% sure it would have ever occurred to me to change to the charge beam, because why wouldn't the missiles work with any beam you have? Huh. Fascinating. What a weird choice on the part of Nintendo. And according to some of the stuff I was just seeing on Reddit, apparently that was the thing that was in the original GameCube launch. And I played the hell out of this on GameCube, and I do not remember that at all. That's, that feels weird. Alright, well, whatever. Figured it out. That's all that matters. That's weird. It's so weird. Oh, hello. Like, I'm not crazy. I mean, I am crazy, but like, I'm not crazy on that regard, right? Like, that's a weird oversight. That feels like a boss. I should go back and save so I don't have to fire another super missile at that door. Or at the plaque. Just in case I die. Because I do not remember this boss. Therefore, I do not remember the mechanics involved in killing the boss. So, you know, safe over sorry. Again, super missile. Wouldn't exactly be the hardest thing in the world to do it again. But, like, I don't want to do it again. Yeah, this way, if I die, that's just, 10 seconds I don't have to waste opening that door. So I'll waste 45 seconds going back to make a save, as opposed to wasting 10 seconds. Because why not? Alright, douchebag. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so it looked like a giant pile of rocks, so I think it's a Garignac. Character from Galaxy Quest. Garignac! Translate, and it just translates to rock. So they're just screaming the word rock over and over again. Alright. Ooh, that was a superhero landing if I've ever seen one. There is a vague recollection here. Also, I feel like I'm going to be rewarded with the spider ball. But there is a vague recollection here. Garignac. It is Garignac. It's just a giant rock monster. I mean, it really is Garignac. That's just Garignac. I'm a rock. Hello, Mr. Rock. Don't kill me. Alright, a new creature has been downloaded to your logbook. Morphology, Thardis. An animated, sentient creature of stone charged with phazon radiation. The radiation somehow brought stone to life. Gave it sentience. The phazon radiation given off by Thardis, not the best name, negates auto-targeting systems, preventing lock-on. It may be possible to acquire alternate targets with a different visor. I just got a new visor. The chaotic nature of phazon irradiation leads to instability in its structural integrity. Or how very Star Trek of a sentence that was. Thardis can encase targets in ice, and its colossal size and strength make it a formidable opponent. Okay, so thermal visor and blasty blast. Hey, look at that. Ow. Jesus. Unfrozen? Yeah. So it's an ice rock. That's good to know. Ah! Change to power beam. There we go. Surprisingly difficult to change to power beam mid-fight. Oh, that was the wrong button. Aha! Oof. I overloaded it. Got him. Oh, I got like one part of him. Alright, alright. So wait for him to unball and then try to super missile his joint. Oh, that's not a good shot though. There we go. Got it. Ah, damn it. Ow. I wasn't anywhere near him. Come on. I call baloney on that damage. Ah, damn it. Okay. Oop, dodge. Got him. Okay, got that joint. Alright, wait for him to ball up. Yeah, that's right, Thardis. That name does not roll off the tongue. Good, expose the joint. Damn. Nice. Kicking ass now. Alright, where's your next ball? Bitch. Oh, cool. You heard ice monster with lightning powers? You are wildly inconsistent, my friend. There we go. So you're an ice rock. You're a rock that gains sentience from space radiation, and develop the power of cold. But you can also command electricity. You got too much going on, man. It's too much. Alright, I super missiled its joint. Ah. Oh, come on, I was midair. This baloney. Alright, Thardus. This does not roll off the tongue. Ooh, he's only halfway down, so this is a boss with a lot of phases. Oh, and there's gonna be no more super missiles. What? Come on! It's midair by a mile. There we go. Oh, another rock. Damn. Whoa, that is disorienting. Bit by bit, I seal your doom. Oh, is he gonna start electrically tantruming? He does that. Doesn't seem to be anything I can do to stop him when he starts tantruming. Shit. Shit. Ah! I mean, alright. This punk ass is almost dead. He's actually not that dangerous. Like, the bulk of the damage I took was just me learning the mechanics. Alright, he's almost dead. Just... I was gonna try to power through. Alright. Fuck. Yes! Oh, I can't believe that worked. That was awesome. That was a good shot. I'm really proud of that. I Hawkeyed that shot. And that was deliberate. I was like, ooh, let's see if I can get him in between the rocks. That was a fun fight. A little repetitive, but a fun fight nonetheless. Oh, that has to be the spider ball. Has to be. Any new scans here? Ultra energy, I'll take those. Spider ball, yep. Good. There's a lot of areas in the game that I've been seeing spider ball tracks. I would love to understand the science behind how that works. How that doesn't kill her. It would be fascinating science. Alright, so hold ZL when you're in morph ball mode. Makes sense. Alright. Alright. Thardus was Yeah, it was a fun fight. I enjoyed it. Not the most threatening fight I've ever done, but you know what? Yeah. Yeah. I'm okay with it. Alright, come on. Can I not reach? Alright, let's Morph Ball Bomb. Ha! Yeah, that'll reach. Alright, alright. Some Morph Ball Bomb to jump around. Jump around. I swear there was like a spider ball thing somewhere up there. But I might be thinking about that previous fight. The giant plant monster. I think the Pat-Man was talking about how even he remembered something in there with the spider ball track. But I'm not seeing any other hidden goodies. Oh, maybe there. Okay, there is something hidden over there. At least it looks like it. And I'll bet it might be an E-tank. But I think I need the grapple beam in order to be able to get over there, because it doesn't look like a spider ball track connects. Yeah, it looks like a grapple beam. Everything else looks like morph balls. Well, let's take a look just to be sure. As I walk over Thardus's severed corpse. Alright, that spider ball track goes nowhere, so this one just exists to teach you how to pay attention to your surroundings. That one exists if you want to go back the previous direction, which would probably be a smart thing to do, because there'd be a save room. But there might be a save room coming up also, so who knows. That's the downside of not playing this game for like 15 years. Unfortunately, little things leave your memory. Ah. There we go. Yeah, changing the beam types mid-fight was surprisingly not intuitive. Alright. We got an elevator. And then a white beam door, so that's an ice beam door. So I wouldn't be able to go up there, but let's just confirm that. Ah, wrong button. Okay. Yeah, okay, ice beam. When you hit the wrong button over and over, you start to feel really stupid. Alright, Magmore Caverns. Going from somewhere hot to somewhere, or somewhere cold to somewhere hot. The exact reverse of what I started saying. Yeah, that purple beam does look really cool on Samus, by the way. It's visually distinctive. Alright, so now there's a lot of previous areas that I should be able to access. Ooh. Alright. Ooh, I'm way off the map now. Alright. So that one in front of me looks like a missile door, but let's see. Are you a missile door or are you something else? A blast shield on the door blocking access. Analysis indicates that the blast shield is invulnerable to beam weapons. Explosive weapons may damage it. So I never scanned a missile door? Goddamn. What a stupid oversight on my part. Save station! Yes, please. God, be smarter about scanning. Rookie mistake. It's like one of the first things you find. As long as you don't miss the boss scans, that's the most important thing. Because you miss them and you don't get them back. Because they're gone forever, because they're dead. Ah, thought I could make all three. I vaguely remember this room. Alright, door to the right is on my level. Alright, hello. Oh, ooh. Jetpack trooper knocked me off the platform. Fucker. Hope I can get back up. Okay, it looks like I can get back up. That'd be really annoying if I couldn't. All because some jetpack asshole pushed me off the platform. Alright. So, that's where I came from? Yes. So, let's see if I can get up there. I swear I just heard somebody else scream at me. Oh. Alright. Nice. Scan you? Yeah, I did. Okay. Unstable Bendesium debris blocking path. Bet you anything that requires a power bomb. Or it's some kind of environmental puzzle. But I feel like it's a power bomb. You know, just a hunch. This machine is functional, but it's not receiving power. Alright. Those the assholes that keep spitting me into lava? Yeah, I think so. Alright, how do I give you power? Nice. Come and get me, dickhead. Yeah, you're a lot easier to fight when I have room to move, dickheads. They really are. Oh, that's lava. Well, I've already started heading this direction. Nope, can't head that direction anymore. Good to know. GTK, good to know. That was a lot of health. Didn't notice that there was lava down there until I had already started going, and I figured, oh well, let's power through it. Then it didn't go anywhere. So let's go. I don't care if I get hit by fire right here, because I'm just going to go refill my health really quick. Because I lost 2 bars of health right there. That's a lot. Hopefully those jetpack pirates don't respawn, but I feel like they might. But I want those 2 bars of health back. Eh, those only do a couple of points of damage. Yep, jetpack assholes are back. You know what? Screw them. Ah! Got him. Okay. A lot harder to fight when you're rushing. Okay, so there's lava down this side also. So I've got to somehow block the lava? Alright, good to know. Good to know. Bad guys? There we go. There's this third bad guy. Wow, I'm almost down to the amount of health I lost from the lava anyway. Alright. North channel door sealed. Oh, but there's a freaking E-tank. I want that. Alright, how do I get that open? Oh, I think I understand. Okay. So I just powered that mechanism. And then there's another mechanism right here. Power that. I think I saw a third one over here. Figured it out. And will that funnel the lava? Ah, it'll super cool the lava. That's just as good. I'm glad the game is reminding me. Oh, by the way, you can go down here. This machine is now operating at full capacity. Good to know. I want that goddamn E-tank real bad. Like, of the pickups you can find, if it isn't a main item, you want it to be an E-tank. Well, powering through it. Okay. Apparently you can't get through from down here. What a waste of health. Alright. So you gotta do one at a time or something. Okay. I understand. Gotta go through all these tunnels one at a time to eventually super cool the lava path for that other door. I understand. And it's a timer. Great. Please. Alright, access to North Channel door. And I think that one will be the E-tank. Okay. Just gotta go, just like Ricky Bobby. Gotta go fast. I jumped right over it. Alright. I'm not hearing the timer beeps anymore, so I should be fine to just not have to worry about the lava filling back up and locking me in here and then soft locking me to death. That'd be funny. It's like, oh, cool, but you waited too long, so now you are soft locked. Now, well, not soft locked, but like now you have to die in order to get out of here. Like, so there would be a way out of there. You'd have to die or restart, turn off the game, but that would be really poopy. Okay, we got... Oh, right. Okay, I'm like, what was in that tunnel? The tunnel was blocked. So, door on the left. Hello. Aren't you a handsome one? Morphology. Puddle spore. It's a good name. Sentient floating lava mollusk. Protected by an impenetrable shell. A puddle spore opens when approached, attempting to intimidate with its size. Color me intimidated. When opened, direct fire to its mantle causes it to flip into a defensive position. If it can slam shut, it ejects a spread of harmful energy globules. Alright, open up that pretty little mouth, you bitch. And then use him as a platform. Alright, wait till they jump, and then do it. Oh, he is a cutie. in his own way. Alright, no good scans. Alright. Alright, we got a lot of puddle spores. I'm seeing at least 2. We got a ball thingy. Well, that's too high for me to reach, so looks like I gotta get to that one. Jump up to there. And then we'll see where I can go from there. Puddle spore. There you go. Oh, nope, I can't make that jump. Okay, good to know. So I bet I have to get up there via higher means. Is there a door higher? There is. It's an ice door, so theoretically go through the door behind me and hopefully find my way to an ice beam, and then eventually somehow end up in that door, which would allow me to do the platform puzzles. Yeah, because that's too high for me to get up to. And I somehow doubt I'd be able to stand on this rock face. No. You think, in a logical world, Samus would be able to stand right there and then jump to there. You know, but I guess we're not doing Breath of the Wild logic where you can just jump and hop and climb on anything. You know, real world logic, kind of. Well, to an extent. Breath of the Wild took it to a crazy extent, where, like, literally, he could climb everything. He was Spider-Man. Oh, I haven't seen one of you in a minute. Oh, you're cute. Alright, breathe fire at me. Same thing. Good night, sweet prince. May a choir of angels sing you unto death. I wonder if I could have crushed him. I bet I could have. You know, dropped the stalactite right on him. Yeah, missed opportunity. That would have been good. I would have loved that. Ooh. Oh, right. Gassy boys. Okay, I remember you. I love the sound every time. Like, you're smart. Thanks, video game. For giving me some kind of validation. Hopefully this platform under me isn't sinking. There we go. Okay, good. Boy, wouldn't that be awkward. Now I'm dead. Yeah, that's the Nintendo thing. It's like we need to boost the player's confidence. Let's give them a nice little jingle every time they do something that we think is smart. Just a nice little, like, attaboy. Way to go. Like a little pat on the head. Oh, yeah, you're a good gamer. You're a good gamer. You did a thing. And of course, as the gamer, we're like, aw, we did the thing. A nice little Pavlovian response. Oh, it's been a long day. My ability to speak gets impaired the longer the day goes on. Can I fit underneath these? Yes, I can. I'm trying to remember what the name of the dragon was from Zelda 2. The lava snake. Because that's what that reminds me of. It had a weird name, like Darga or Barga. Barja. Well, he reminds me of that. Very, very much. Oh, I did the thing. You are a great gamer. Reminds me of Super Mario World when you actually get to the end of the like Star Road, and it even just full on is spelled out in coins. You're a super gamer or something like that, and it's like, aw. I feel like I have a brain because the game is telling me I have a brain. Oh, Nintendo. Oh, okay. Thanks, video game. Okay. I remember this room. I couldn't get through it before because I didn't have the spider ball. So this doesn't connect anywhere new currently, but it might lead me to another spider ball track I couldn't access before. Très interessante. Okay, I can't speed boost in Spider Ball. Good to know. I'm sure other people have tried that. Alright. Yeah, I remember that. Takes me to the Talon overworld. Looks like there was a thing in this room. Something that goes straight up. Which could indicate a spider ball track? Potentially. Or I maybe need to go up the elevator. Because I never got the map room in this area. Otherwise, all of those previous maps would have been highlighted. Ooh, there is a door there I haven't gone through. So I could check that. All right, let's. Before I go up the elevator, I'll try to keep this elevator in the back of my mind. To the Talon overworld. Go into the big center room here and see if my spider ball allows me to access that door right there. Hello, dragon. Hello, dragon, my old friend. I've come to feed your stomach again. With your fire breath slowly melting. All the people that you see as your enemies. Alright. Wave beam handles them quite nicely. Did that look like that before? It looks like Nintendo 64 graphics. Interesting. Alright, I do remember this room. It's better just to take a little bit of lava damage right here because it's way freaking faster. There we go. And it's emphasis on a little bit of lava damage. But it's way freaking faster than just morph balling through all the tunnels. Just take it. Alright, I still think this was a power bomb thing. Certainly looks like a power bomb thing. Alright, where are those missile turrets? Aw. That poor little guy. Oh, I don't feel good about that. Alright. Wish you could mark a specific door. So slightly to my left and straight up. So there's a door there. Okay. Ow. Is there another floaty pirate? Ah, there is. Floaty pirate. I bet they would be really offended. Like, actually, I'm regional climate analysis complete. Oh, it's going to give me a hint on where I'm supposed to be going. Abnormally low temperature at ruin site. I was supposed to go to the Talon overworld. Alright. Climate anomaly detected. And since it's on abnormally low temperatures, I'm going to guess ice beam. Okay, so this, I believe, would be the Talon overworld, right? No, it's not the Talon overworld. Ooh, boy. Alright. But there is an entrance from the Talon overworld. Talon overworld north. To the Chozo ruins. Hey, it's Dom Sand. Welcome to the stream, Dom Sand. You are my first person to hop into stream. How are you doing today? Happy Thanksgiving, man. Any plans for the day? I've already done my stuff for the day. I hung out with my mom in the morning. We watched the first part of the new Stranger Things, and just hung out, had a little bit of like stuffing, and just talked about stuff. But like, yeah, I don't have any plans for the rest of my day, outside of playing just a few hours of Metroid Prime. How's your Thanksgiving going? I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving myself, but yeah, how's your Thanksgiving going? Ah, I hit the wrong button. Alright, so I'm looking for an elevator to... That'll take me to the Overworld West, but that's not where I want to go. Phendrana Drifts. Phendrana North. Chozo Ruins North. Okay, that elevator would take me where I want to go. But first, let's see if I can get through that door. But yeah, how's your day going, Dom Sand? You doing anything interesting today? I am the definition of like anti-holiday, so like I can tell you right now, I'm never doing anything interesting on holidays. I am the antithesis of holidays. I am the living embodiment of like bah humbug when it comes to holidays. I don't know, just something about them. They feel so forced. Like, I celebrate things when I want to celebrate them. I don't like a day telling me I have to celebrate something. But that's very me. Gotta be me, right? It's good I celebrated it yesterday with the family, and besides working a little bit this morning, nothing much. Nice. A nice, relaxing, quiet day is a good day, in my opinion. So you celebrated it yesterday, huh? Is that just the time that worked out best for you and your family? Yeah, today just kind of worked out that I had the day off, and truth is, even if today wasn't a holiday, on my days off, I tend to see my mom in the mornings anyway. I drive over and usually hang out with her. But I hung out with her for a little bit longer this morning because, you know, she's big on holidays, even though I'm not. I hit the wrong button. I didn't hit the wrong button. I hit the jump button and it just didn't proc. That's annoying. So what are your plans for the rest of the day, Dom? Got anything specific on the docket? Or just the rest of the day just kind of winding it down? Which, by the way, winding down? That's a nice day, in my opinion. I know I have an early work shift tomorrow, but luckily I also get off a little bit earlier than normal, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I might actually stop by Best Buy and see if they have a laptop I like for a good Black Friday price. We'll see. It worked best for everyone. We hosted yesterday for the extended family. Sunday all can do their own Thanksgiving with the immediate family. Nice. I like when families can accommodate everybody like that. Like, you know what? Today's not the day, but this is the day that we're all here together. So let's all do a thing, and then on the actual day, we'll all just do what we can. I like that. You know, it works. I think more people should be open to that. So that's very awesome. Hopefully you had a really good day yesterday then, with the family. Past couple of days for me have been absolutely awful. So today's been the first good day I've had since the last day I streamed. I had a pretty crappy yesterday and the day before. Like a really crappy yesterday and the day before. Oh boy. Work sucked. Like, work more than sucked. It was god awful. Okay. Looks like there's something below me. Under the statue. Okay. But it looks like that just leads to an old place, so that'd be a waste of resources. And nothing planned for today, just hanging out and chilling. How long are you going to be streaming? Probably for another like hour and a half. I've been streaming now for probably a little bit more than an hour at this point. Nothing too crazy. Like, that's something I'm embracing more on this new wave of streaming for me is, so back in the day when I used to stream, I always tried to, whenever I did stream for like a minimum of like 4 hours, because that felt like a good stream. But now I kind of embrace like the 2 to 2.5 hour streams. You know, when you only just got a little time, yeah, just do what you can. You know, don't try to force too much. All right, no fall damage. Aha, no fall damage. All right, looks like I need to go this way. But yeah, I've been looking forward to playing more Metroid Prime since Monday, I think. Just literally haven't had time. Got a space pirate? That looks like a space pirate. It was a space pirate. Aw. He tried. So Dom, you get any good games on the sales going around right now? Like all the various Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales that are active? Anything look interesting to you? I know I've only gotten one game so far from all of the Black Friday sales. I got the Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy game that they made a few years back. That game always looked fun and fantastic, and I'm excited to play it. And it was a good price at like $8. So currently I've only spent $8 on Black Friday, and I'm very happy about that. I have not overspent. In fact, the argument could be made that I've done the exact opposite. I have underspent. And that is a good thing. I think it's a good thing. The world tries to normalize hyper-capitalism, and that annoys me. Like, we shouldn't always be encouraging people to spend money that they probably don't have to spend. You know, spend what you can, but don't overspend like all these companies tell you to. And I'm sorry work wasn't the best. That is not ideal. It happens. I knew they were going to be bad days. Like, even on Monday, like, I knew that Tuesday and Wednesday were going to be really bad days. But I did underestimate just how bad the days were. Like, I didn't think they were going to be as bad as they were. They were pretty bad. I was in a lot of physical pain by the time I got home on both of those days. And was very not happy. Was extremely not in the mood to stream, that's for sure. Like, by the time I got home from work both of those days. I know I thought about it early in the morning, like, oh, if I'm feeling good enough when I get home, maybe I'll hop onto a stream for a couple hours. And then both days I got home and I'm like, fuck the world, fuck everything, like, I hate everything. Bah humbug, everything sucks. Like, I just, oh. I was so bitter and broken by the time I got home on both of those days. I can laugh about it now, even though I was not happy about it yesterday and the day before. Alright, where's this tunnel? It's below me. Ah, okay, good. For a second, I'm like, those, like, is there not a way to go through? That would be a bummer. Alright, let's take out all these gas clouds. Where's that dragon? I heard the dragon. There you are. Can that dragon move? I thought they were stationary. Learn something new every day. Alright. Ah, there is another dragon. Take him out before he, punts my crotch into oblivion. Alright. So go through this... Okay, so yeah, pretty much just a straight linear path to get to the Chozo ruins. Just avoid Gas Boy here. But yeah, going back to what I was saying about video games. Yeah, I've only found one game that like really interested me from a sales standpoint. Like this is actually the first year where there weren't a lot of games that really caught my attention on the sales. I mean, they didn't put Baldur's Gate on sale, which I was super bummed about because that was a game I really wanted to get if they put it on sale, and now it's like 6 years in a row, or not 6 years. It's been like 2 or 3 years in a row where it's like I keep hoping they put it on sale and nothing. Nada. Nothing crazy. I think I got Arc Raiders a couple of days ago. Guardians of the Galaxy is an absolute blast. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Well, I've seen the game played, so like I'm not really worried about spoilers. But like seeing the game played and actually playing it though are two very different things. So like I'm very much enjoying terrible grammar. I'm very much looking forward to getting my hands on it myself because it looked like a lot of fun to play. But I've seen it played. I've watched speedruns of it played. So like I'm not worried about spoilers with that game because I kind of already know the ending. But yeah, like it looked like an absolute blast to play. Like, it actually looked like a really underrated game because I don't think that many people actually played it. Which is kind of sad. Oh, and there was one other game that caught my eye, but I don't remember what it was called off the top of my head. I think it was called Outer Wilds? There's two, like, Wilds franchises out there. One of them has like, two games they made. One of them is like an intimate story on a procedural planet where you're like uncovering the world with a robot, and one of them is like a shooter, like a quirky shooter. The robot one is the one that caught my eye. Like something about like there's a time loop on a planet. I don't remember. I think it was called The Outer Wilds, not to be confused with that other game that has a very similar name. But I might be mixing it up with another game. Either way, that game caught my eye. Something about a time loop. And like a robot companion. Okay. So, the game wants me to go here. How to get there? There's a door here. But that door I cannot go through. Because that's an ice beam door. So there must be another way to get to the climate anomaly. Alright. And I've already gotten the map because those blue rooms are showing up. So there must be like a tunnel to get here. Interesting. Alright. Well, let's head to the blue areas. I think that's my best bet. Yeah, okay, so go through the door that's right next to me and follow this path. Oh, I think I remember where I am right now. Yeah, that leads to a spider ball track, right? That I couldn't do before, but now I have a spider ball. I think. Oh, and there was one other game that caught my eye on the Black Friday sales. An older Xbox 360 game, Splinter Cell Blacklist. I owned it back in the day, but I don't have an Xbox console that can play my disc anymore, so I found a digital version of the game that was like $7, $6? I don't know, it was a good price. And I absolutely remember loving Splinter Cell Blacklist. So, like, I'm leaning towards getting it, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet. But I'm definitely leaning towards it. Alright, 3 locking mechanisms. 2nd locking mechanism. 3rd locking mechanism. Alright, let's see if I can... Ah! That worked. Aha. Alright, how do I unlock the 3rd oh, there we go. Sweet. Open sesame. Are you a super missile? No, but, well, technically you're a super missile because you give me the ability to fire 1 more super missile. So technically, yes. If that's the case, try to get into the story and characters because I know you know it's different for the best games I played, and yes, nobody had heard of it. Yeah, like I don't know anybody personally that's played it. So except for I guess you, Dom. Like none of my friends have played it. That's for sure. And I don't think anybody I've talked to online has played it. So yeah, I think you're the only one I know of that's played it. But it caught my eye via... It came to my attention via, like, the speedruns that I watch. Because I love speedruns. And I remember when I did watch a speedrun of it, it just looked like a blast. It looked like fun. Alright, so... Looks like there's a path... Straight ahead, but to the left. So that door. But yeah, like I'm not worried about my enjoyment of it, and like even knowing the story, because it's one of those games where the story can take multiple directions. So like, I don't know if I'm gonna make the same choices as the person that I watched in the speed run. I only know like the big plot, the big plot stuff. But like the game could change a little bit based on my decisions and the fact that I won't be doing speedrun tricks. So, like, you know, the speedrun I watched, like, the game was, like, 2.5 hours or something, and it's probably a lot longer to play. So, it'll be a very different experience for me from playing it versus watching it. Very different experience. I can't imagine it being even remotely the same. Okay, we got a spider ball track. Oh, I don't think I've scanned you.
Recorded to logbook.
A plated beetle. Is Outer Worlds the game you were thinking of also getting? I think it's Outer Wilds. I don't think it's Outer Worlds. You know what? Let me Google it real quick. It looked like a very intimate kind of RPG. Where you, like a really existential RPG where you just kind of discover the world. Outer Wilds, because I don't think it was Outer Worlds. Yeah, Outer Wilds came out in 2019. Because I kept mixing it up with Outer Worlds in my head, but that one looked interesting to me. It's a critically acclaimed and award-winning open-world mystery about a solar system trapped in an endless time loop. And the reviews I've read for it said that it's absolutely beautiful, and it's a heartbreaking shame that more people haven't played it. 2.5 hour speedrun is crazy. That game is 25 to 30 hours at least, depending on how much you do. Yeah, the speedrun versus like an actual playthrough are going to be dramatically different. Dramatically different. But yeah, Outer Wilds. It looked really interesting. And all the reviews I read on the Xbox reviews, damn, they were gushing about it. Like everyone was like, the worst thing about this game is that you'll only ever be able to play it for the first time once. That was like people's biggest complaint, which is a good complaint. Like if you're gonna have a complaint about a video game, let it be that you'll only be able to play it for the first time once. That's like the biggest compliment of a complaint you could have. So yeah, I'm looking forward to I'm 90% sure I'm gonna get that, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. I think it was like $10 or something. Nothing crazy, nothing insane. Oh, okay. I didn't notice this half pipe before. Hey, could have used that before when I was fighting Thardis. No unique scans. Very sad. Alright. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I think it was on Dom Sand. I don't know if you're into speedruns at all or not, but I know I find them very relaxing to watch. I think it was on ESA Speedruns on YouTube. It was maybe a couple of months ago they put out a Guardians of the Galaxy run. And, yeah, it was a very fast one. Like, a couple hours, I think. I could be wrong. Maybe it was longer, but I feel like it was a couple hours. But yeah, there's something about speedruns that I've found very enjoyable over the years. Probably started getting into them around like 2021, 2022. Just a few years, but like, I love putting them on. Like, I find them fascinating. I find them fun to watch. I love watching people break a game. Like, I love the creativity that goes into speedruns. I love the communities that kind of sprung up around speedruns. Like, I don't know. Something about them. I think it's a really cool little community. And I think they've done a lot of really cool stuff. That's a good question. Which game do you wish you could experience play for the first time? Can be any game or sequel. Ooh, same question to you. Ooh, what game would I love to play again for the first time? The very first thing that popped into my head was Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was an unbelievably immersive and engaging Legend of Zelda experience. And I remember discovering everything for the first time. Like, I was just so engrossed in the world. I was like 100 hours in, and I was still walking the whole map, just like, ooh, I wonder what's over here. Ooh, I couldn't wait to discover everything. And ooh, so Breath of the Wild would be a contender for if I could play a game for the first time again. Ooh, other games though. Ooh. That's the first one that popped in my head. There's a game I grew up with that I really love that would be really fun to be able to experience again for the first time, called it was for the Game Boy. Not technically a Final Fantasy game, but they in the localization they stole the Final Fantasy name for some reason. Probably because they thought it would sell more cartridges. But Final Fantasy Legend 2 was a game I really fell in love with as a kid. And I would love to experience that again for the first time. That's one that always sticks in my head as just a very memorable experience. This feels like a puzzle room. Oh, this is a fascinating room. I guess it's a cool room. Neat design. Yeah, how about you though, Dom? If you could experience a game for the first... Oh! Another Legend of Zelda game. Majora's Mask, my favorite game of all time. If I could experience that again for the first time, that would be tempting. That would be very tempting. Yeah, that's my absolute #1 all-time favorite game that I've ever played in my life. Is Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. That game captured my attention like few games ever have. Looks like I gotta blast these pillars. Large stress fractures can be seen on the surface of this brimstone pillar. Now, does it have to be a super missile or a normal missile? Normal missile will work. But I bet it would be a way more efficient with a super missile. Or maybe not. Ooh, I see Skyrim in there. Skyrim is a good choice. I had a lot of fun with Skyrim. I've been thinking about playing Skyrim again. I haven't played that one in years. Only a few years, though. Nothing crazy like, like 15 years like this game. I think I played Skyrim in 2022. Let's see. Ooh, God of War 2018. Also a good choice. That is a good choice. Skyrim is a 10 out of 10 game, in my opinion, for its quest and world building. I can agree with that. The only thing that annoys me about Skyrim, and it's not even the fault of the game. This isn't the fault of the game. This is a fault of the developers who continually keep releasing new versions of the game for, for the sake of psychotic profits, like 10, 15, 20 years later. Like, it annoys me that they just keep releasing, like, here's the deluxe anniversary edition. Now here's the super anniversary edition. Like, oh my God. Like, you have the game out. You have the game out. Like, maybe focus on the next freaking game as opposed to giving us more Skyrim. Like, Skyrim's a great game. People that love it already love it. But it just annoys me that they keep releasing it over and over and over again. Alright. Okay, you are... Oh, hello. Ow. 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 Great. Couldn't I blow them up before? Okay, fascinating. God of War story I fell in love with and started me on my path for single players. Ooh, God of War is what got you on your single player. That's awesome. That's awesome. I've been on a single player thing my whole life because I haven't really had a lot of people to play multiplayer games with throughout my life. Like my best friend and I, when we lived together, we started playing a lot of multiplayer games together. And even before we lived together, like once we became friends, we started playing a lot of multiplayer games together. But only a handful of times when I was younger did I ever really even have the chance to play multiplayer games with friends. Like I played some GoldenEye with friends here and there, like way back in the day. Maybe some Mortal Kombat every now and again, like the old school Mortal Kombat. But my entire life is, from a gaming standpoint, has kind of been single player games. Tiny bit of multiplayer. Like I did some Black Ops 2 multiplayer for a while. I got really into that for a little bit. Destiny multiplayer. Those are the big ones. I need missiles. Okay. 3 missiles can take out one of those pillars, which means I need 9 missiles and I have 4. So I need missiles. Maybe those puffer mines can drop more missiles. Oh, that's not great. Okay. Ow. And in the water. Ooh, what was that? It's hard. I've played a lot of games in my life. That is true. Like, same here. Like, it's hard sometimes to choose. I agree, maybe a remaster like 10 years later or something, but yeah, too many remasters. The Witcher 3 was also a great experience. Never played any of the Witcher games. They've just never come up for me. But I've heard good things. I've heard very good things. Ooh, alright. That's a door that I can absolutely not reach. Yeah, I've heard very good things about the Witcher games, but I've just, I've never had a chance to play them, and I also never see them played. So, like, there's never been anything that's really drawn my attention towards, like, ooh, I need to play, The Witcher. Well, that was the wrong button. That was the wrong button. Jesus. My brain is farting right now. Alright, I need missiles. I literally cannot complete that room without more missiles. Ooh, I saw Mass Effect in there. That's a good choice also. Drop a missile. Drop a missile. Nothing? You're not going to drop anything? You son of a bitch. Alright. Only thing I need. Ooh, never mind. It dropped missiles. Alright, I needed 9. And I accidentally wasted 1. Mass Effect was probably the best single-player experience I've played this decade and possibly ever. Getting lost in a world I knew nothing about to the scale it's on was unreal. Great series. I can agree with you on that sentiment 100%. You know, recently I replayed Mass Effect 1, first time on the Legendary Edition, and that was a hell of a remaster. That was a delightful experience. Every single thing I did on that. I have since beaten the first game on Insanity, you know, in my free time, off stream, and has been an absolute blast. And I've already made my way to Mass Effect 2, and I am being reminded now while playing Mass Effect 2 why Mass Effect 2 is one of my top 5 all-time favorite games. I love the whole Mass Effect series, and Mass Effect 1 is amazing, but Mass Effect 2 actually makes my top 5 all-time favorite video games, which is a tough list to compile. I really need to even think, actually, about the rest of them, because the list changes as you get older. But I know for a fact it would be on my top 5 of all-time favorite games. Do you have an all-time top 5? I know it's tough. I know 3 games off the top of my head that would definitely make my all-time top 5. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, which would be number 1. And then these other ones, which are in no specific order, would be Knights of the Old Republic, BioWare, and Mass Effect 2, also BioWare. So BioWare made some damn good games because I fell in love with them, that's for sure. I fell in love with the characters, I fell in love with the story, I fell in love with the worlds, especially like Mass Effect. Oh, like you just said, like diving into that world blind for the very first time, man, there was nothing like it, right? Like, there was nothing quite like it. Like, hard to beat it. So they're making me re-destroy these bottom pillars. You think that would be a thing that would stick. But nope. You have to solve this puzzle in one go. And hopefully you have enough missiles to do it. It's fascinating. Yeah, the first time I played through all the Mass Effect games, though. Whew. I remember being blown away with every goddamn thing. I was always just like, what's happening now? Okay. What's a Reaper? Okay. Liara Tassoni? I wonder if I'm gonna like this person. Garrus Vicarian? I wonder if I'm gonna like this person. Oh. Alright. Doing my best not to waste a missile. And if I hit that thing, I feel like the missile will just bounce off of it. Nice. I have a massive list and top 20 would be hard. Yeah, you're not wrong. Top 20, like, I have quite the list also, and, like, top 20 would also be very hard. Oh my god, I'm gonna be one missile short. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna be one missile short. So... Hey, it's the Papman Games. Alright, I'm gonna be one goddamn missile short on this. That pisses me off. Alright. Top 5 is high praise, to be honest. I have a massive list, and top 20 would be hard. It would depend on what game, because I have had great experiences in both multiplayer and single player, but very different. Okay, there's nothing wrong with making categories. Top 5 multiplayer games, top 5 single player, top 5 RPGs, top 5 JRPGs, top 5 FPSs. Like, you know, some people, it's harder to do a generalized top 5. So, like, yeah, like, you know, what would be your... what would be your top 5 single-player experiences? Also, the Papman, how are you doing today? How is your Dark Thursday happening? This terrible day where, you know, we celebrate Christopher Columbus and his awful fucking war crimes. God damn, I hate this. I hate this holiday. But, like, I'm having a good day, though. And I just hate the holiday. I think it's a disgusting holiday. Alright, so I need to make sure I have 35 missiles. So I need to go back, gather more missiles, and then fucking come back in there with full missiles. Because it takes 3 missiles per pillar. So that's 12, 24... No, wait, no. I would need 36. I don't have enough missiles to actually do the puzzle in that room. And there's no way to earn missiles once I'm in that room. So no, I actually need to find another missile expansion before I can actually do the puzzle in that room. I physically don't have enough missiles. Because that'd be 36 and I have 35. God damn it. Okay, so I need to find a missile expansion. God, I feel like my top 5 would vary by the day. You see, for me, not so much. Not so much. Like, my top 5 varies, like, from year to year, maybe. But, like, there's a few games that are always going to be on my top 5. I can't imagine them ever getting booted off. And then those last couple of slots, maybe sometimes they change, like, every few years. Depending on whether or not a game bumps it off of it. Doing good. Tossed a turkey on my smoker. Made a low-carb pumpkin cheesecake. Nice. That sounds very nice. My mom gave me some stuffing when I was watching Stranger Things with her this morning. So, like, I had a little bit of stuffing, which was quite tasty. But then for, like, proper dinner, I had just, like, half a can of soup, which was quite good. I enjoyed it. I'm not a big fan of overindulging like some people do on Turkey Day. You know, I try to be a little more reserved. It's way too easy to overindulge. Alright, so I need a missile expansion before I can go back there. That annoys the F out of me. Oof. That there's a puzzle where I just don't have the firepower. Stupid. I'll do separate. Top 5 for single player is probably God of War, Skyrim, Red Dead Redemption 2. You were the one that loved Red Dead Redemption 2. I remember now. The Last of Us and Baldur's Gate 3 or The Witcher 3. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Dom, it's the thing that probably bums me out the most on the current Black Friday sales for video games. Baldur's Gate is yet again not on sale. Like, I guess I'm just never going to be playing that game. Because they're never going to put it on sale. And that makes me very sad, because I would love to play that game. But I'm not going to buy it at full price. That's way too much money to buy that at full price. I am not okay with that. $70 for a video game? Unless it's like Legend of Zelda game, I don't think I could ever justify 70. I don't know. That's a tall order. That's all. Missile expansion. Son of a bitch. The long search is over. I can go finish that puzzle now. When I was a kid, I wouldn't have thought Ocarina of Time would ever be off my top 5, but today I don't think it would crack it. No, Ocarina of Time, not on my top 5. When it first came out, it probably would have been like, oh, this is the greatest game I've ever played. But then Majora's Mask came out, and I fell in love with it. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was better in every way. And it immediately booted Ocarina of Time off my list. Ocarina of Time is still a beloved experience for me, but like, I do agree with you that, like, you know, things do change, but Majora's Mask will never be off my list. It's been on my list for like 25 years now. And I love it just as much today as I loved it back in 2000 when it came out. So I don't have a fully completed top 5, Pat. You probably hadn't popped in yet when I was talking about that. But I can think of 3 games that would make my top 5 definitively. Majora's Mask, which is a hard number 1. And then after that, in no particular order, I have Knights of the Old Republic, which is, funnily enough, a BioWare game. And then Mass Effect 2, which is, funnily enough, a BioWare game. So BioWare did something right. Speaking of, you ever get that Microsoft email from me? Funny you say that. I checked this morning, and no, I do not have an email from Microsoft or from you. Nothing. Not on the Xbox, nor on my email. I got nothing, the Patman. I refresh checked it this morning, thinking they might have just been taking some time. So, nope, I got nothing. But yeah, those 3 games are on my top 5. After that, I don't know what my other 2 games on my top 5 would be. I'd have to really think about that. Well, there's a game I should get you. What game are you talking about, the Patman? Are you talking about Baldur's Gate? Don't get me that. That's too much money. I would not feel comfortable if you got me a $70 game. Like like if getting somebody a game that you know is on like a Black Friday sale, that's cool. Like, but a $70 game, I would feel uncomfortable accepting that. Don't get me that, please. Like, I really would not like that. I'd rather wait for it to go on sale. I would feel infinitely more comfortable with waiting. than somebody buying me a $70 game. That's too much money. Like today, my top 5 single player list would be, at least for today, Wind Waker, Mass Effect, Legendary. I'm counting Legendary as one. See, no, I don't accept that. Legendary is not a single game. It's a collection. You gotta pick one, bud. You gotta pick one. Because if we're doing that, then I would just say the Legend of Zelda franchise. And I'd squeeze 26 games into one or something. Like, no. No, it's horseshit. You gotta pick one. Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, or Mass Effect 3. You gotta pick one. I do not accept that horseshit. That's horseshit. I'm counting Legendary as one. No, you're not. Those are 3 very different games. Pick one. Cyberpunk, Pacific Drive, and Pokemon Gold. I would not have expected a Pokemon game to make your top 5, if I'm being honest. I really would not have expected a Pokemon game to make your top 5. You're not a big Pokemon guy. Like, you like Pokemon, but like, you're not like a big Pokemon guy. So like, that surprises me. That's interesting. Just a great gameplay experience. I will admit, Gold and Silver were great games. Though I do prefer Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the DS remakes they did. I really loved those more than I did the originals. I was a big fan of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Well, specifically Soul Silver. That's the one I played. Never played Heart Gold. Because they're the same game. Just, you know, they try to sell you on 2 different games in that franchise, and it's like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Alright, this better be the last missile puzzle, or I don't have enough missiles. Oh, I think it was. Ow. Fucking drone. Oh, it was. Alright. What's up here? Is that the grapple beam? No, that's a visor, right? Is that a visor? The Wave Buster. No fucking idea what that is, because I already have the Wave Beam. I don't remember a Wave Buster. Mass Effect Legendary is a single launcher. It counts, but fine, probably too. It's not a single launcher, though, because all 3 games are separate installs. So I very strongly disagree with you, the Papman. Like, you can download Mass Effect Legendary, but you can download the games individually onto your hard drive. So they're 3 different games. You're wrong. They're literally 3 different games. You can manage each one individually and remove them to save storage space. So I could, if I wanted to right now, I could remove Mass Effect 1 from my Legendary collection on my Xbox, but still have 2 on there. Like, they're 3 different games. Yeah, for me it would be 2. 2 is my favorite of the 3. It's absolutely my favorite of the 3. I'm a pretty big Pokemon fan. I think I just don't play every game. You don't play most of them. You've skipped like 4 generations, dude. Like, you don't play most of the Pokemon games. Like, yeah, you're a Pokemon fan, but like, you skip like you didn't play Sword or Shield. You didn't play Scarlet or Violet. Like, yeah, you would say you played like 4 hours of Scarlet and Violet. You didn't play Scarlet and Violet. That doesn't count. Like, you didn't play it. You never finished like the X and Y, that generation. I don't think you even played Sun and Moon. Like, so like you skip a lot of generations. Like, you are a Pokemon fan, yes. I'll never say you're not. But like, from the game standpoint, like you enjoy them. Like, yeah, you enjoy them. I wouldn't. I don't know. It's a tough one. Yeah, gold. For me, Crystal was a pretty big part of my childhood. This powerful attack uses missiles while active. Oh, so it's a special attack. I don't remember that. Using the wave beam, press and hold ZR to charge, then press R to fire. Oh. Okay, so it's like a super missile for the wave beam. Neat. I had no idea that existed. Well, I don't have enough missiles to test it right now. So that's a bummer. Yeah, for me, Crystal was a pretty big part of my childhood. I have a fun little memory. I will fully grant I am not as big a Pokemon fan as you. I play one game in every generation, and I finished the game. Like, I don't think that makes me like a psycho fan. Yeah, sure, I've shiny hunted, but that's more of like an autistic like OCD thing more than anything else. That I've shiny hunted as much as I have. Like, that's me looking for a way to pass time in a way that you don't have to worry about. Like, but that's less. That has less to do with the franchise and more just it's a convenient thing to do. But yes, you are correct. But no, Pokemon Crystal. I have a very fond memory attached to Pokemon Crystal, where I remember when that came out, I had been saving my lunch money for what feels like months, and because I knew that certain games were coming out, and I didn't have a Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I think it was a Game Boy Advance. I didn't have a Game Boy Advance at the time, and I really wanted a Game Boy Advance, and I really wanted Pokemon Crystal. So I had been saving up my lunch money for months, and those came out. And then so I took this box that I had of like $80 or $90 of quarters that I've been saving up for months. And I walked like 3 or 4 miles to Target. And I walked over to the electronics section. They had one of the Pokemon movies on. I remember that. I think it was Pokemon the first movie. They had on in the electronics section. And I just plopped this like 20-pound box of coins onto the counter. And I just look at the woman behind the register and I'm like, I'll take a Game Boy Advance and Pokemon Crystal, please. And they just look at the box of coins and they just look at me and they're like, I fucking hate you. They don't say that, but they say it with their eyes. Because they have to just start counting coins for the next 10 minutes. Yeah, that cashier hated my guts. I could see it in her eyes. But that's, like, I was a kid. I got paid for lunch money with quarters. Like, what can I do about that? And I'm not going to a bank. I'm a kid. I'm not going to cash those quarters for dollar bills. Like, no. That's what I had. You know, you never owned a GBA? I just noticed there's... Oh, no. I can't get to that room. Yeah, that room is... I think I need the gravity suit to get into that room. Or maybe like the screw attack or something. I could swear you owned a GBA. In my memory, I thought you owned a GBA. Interesting. Yeah, I have 2. I still have them. I have 2 GBAs that I will never get rid of. They are collector's items to me at this point. I have the GBA that I bought way back in the day with quarters. And then I found one at a garage sale for $5 that worked fine. And for $5, sure, I'll buy a GBA for $5. Why not? I didn't need it, but it was $5. And they even let me test it too. So I'm like, hey, I have a GBA game on me because I'm that kind of nerd. Can I see if this works? And they're like, yeah, sure. And it worked. And I'm like, how much you want for this? They're like, $5. It's like, okay. Fuck yeah. And it still works to this day. Yeah, nice little extra GBA, because why not? GBA was a great console, man. The GBA was capable of dealing with a lot of quasi 3D graphics in a way that handheld games were never capable of dealing with before. Which is why some of the visuals on GBA games were absolutely phenomenal. Like Minish Cap, absolutely gorgeous visuals. Golden Sun, I know that's a game you never played. I played the hell out of that. Absolutely gorgeous visuals. One of the Donkey Kongs, I think, made it onto the GBA. Gorgeous visuals. Like, the GBA was a powerhouse for its time. Like, beautiful console. I had an original, a color, I'm assuming that's supposed to be DS, not a Russian DA. A DS, a DSi, or what's that DA? Because you put a DA, a DSi, a DS. So what's a DA, Pat? I'm very curious. Because, yeah, you have a DS and DSi. A DA. A DA. What could be a DA? I don't know. 2 different 3DS. That's awesome, by the way, that you had two different 3DS. I currently also have 2 3DS. I need to get a GBA to complete the collection. I do have 2 GBAs. I'll give you one of them if you want. Like, I'm completely fine parting with the one I bought for $5. I'll keep the one that I bought for all those quarters all those years ago because it has nostalgia value. But like, I'll happily just give you my my extra GBA that I'm never gonna use ever. Like, cause why would I? There's no reason to ever use it. It's just I just got it because it was $5 and that was a killer deal. Ah, okay. But you also typed DS. So that's the part that confused me. Because at first when I saw DA, I thought you just typoed DS. But then you typed DS later. So I thought DA might have been something else that you were talking about. Curiouser and curiouser of the Patman games. Curiouser and curiouser. Oh, speaking of, hang on, let me read your messages before I say this. Oh, let me get out of here real quick. Hang on. Okay, good. Got away from them. Mario Kart DS, Destiny 2, the original Half-Life, Phasmophobia, and Minecraft. Phasmophobia makes your top 5 multiplayer? Wow. Phobia is fun as hell, but top 5? Ooh. Boy. I don't know about that. That's surprising. I could definitely see Mario Kart DS. I think that was Double Dash, right? I remember you really loved one of those games. And I think it was the DS one. Destiny 2 had a great multiplayer. The original Half-Life. That's a good choice. Phasmophobia and Minecraft. Ooh, I'd have to really think about this. For multiplayer. Because multiplayer is a lot harder for me. Because I don't have the largest experience with multiplayer. Okay. It's a game I play with you a lot. That counts for a lot. No, that does count for a lot too. Like, and I love the game, but like, the game is so buggy sometimes and so like wonky. Like, I just wouldn't have thought it would have made your top list. Like, I have an absolute blast every time I play that game. Oh, let's see what the Wave Buster looks like. Ooh. Oh, it drains your missiles. So it's a continuous attack. Oh, I do not remember that. That's neat. That's very cool. Okay. So I can't seem to access this area. I bet there's a grapple point I need. Yep, there's a grapple point. So I cannot access... I can't access the hallway yet. Ooh, that's a Vecna bridge if I've ever seen one. It is charmingly buggy. Destiny 2 would definitely make my my list of like top multiplayer games. I gotta go back to GoldenEye. GoldenEye would make my top multiplayer games. I had so much fun with that as a kid. The Wavebuster always reminded me of a Ghostbusters proton beam. It looks like a Ghostbusters proton beam. It really does. That was the first thing I thought just now when I saw it. Ooh, okay. So how in the hell am I supposed to get to this room? How in the living hell am I supposed to get to that room when the only connector nearby it is locked by the item that I'm pretty sure I get in that room? The ice beam. There's a door right there that clearly connects in that direction, but it's an ice beam door. But that's the room that has the ice beam. How in the hell am I supposed to get there? Alright, I can't get to that. I can't get to... Well, maybe I can get to that if I go the other way. Okay, let's try going the other way. So where I... through this door. I had to reach into the way back for Half-Life 2. I haven't played the multiplayer in ages, but it's where I got my first taste of video games, modding, and LAN parties. Yeah, that is true. Oh, yeah, that is very true. See, I had to reach far back in the case of GoldenEye, because I don't have that much multiplayer stuff. I did have a lot of fun back in the day playing Black Ops 2 multiplayer. I really did. So I would probably put that on my list, just because of... just because my list is so limited. From a limited standpoint, I had a blast. Even though the game is not the best game, I had an absolute blast playing Dead Space 3 with you. That was an incredibly fun experience. The game itself is okay, but that experience was pretty high on my list of multiplayer experiences from a video game standpoint. And I'm all about it. Like, that was a delightful little experience. Oh, I missed a Chozo lore entry when the first time I ever got back here. The surges of negative energy brought by the meteor far exceed our expectation. We Chozo have yet to find a way to rid ourselves of the great poison. All we can do now is seal it away and wait for the day when a power to purify the poison appears. However, it is already impossible to collect all the pieces of the great poison, as it has already spread, seeping into the planet and hardening. I like my dick. Alright, I feel like this needs to propel me up to that spider ball track. Hey, look at that. Dead Space 3 was a great time. I loved the parts where we were seeing different things. Yeah, we were seeing different things, but also just... For me personally, because I'm not a big horror fan, at least not from a video game standpoint. I'm a horror fan when it comes to like movies and TV shows. But I don't know, for some reason the interactivity of the horror video games, just I get so into the character that it really just freaks me out. But it wasn't scary in the slightest because you and I were passing necromorphs between our shotguns, and it was so silly. Like, I had so much fun. One of my favorite video game experiences of my life. One day I'd love to do F3R with you. Oh, Fear. Okay. It's supposed to be real bad. Did Fear have multiplayer? I don't remember that. Oh, or did Fear 3, did they spell fear with a 3? Did they do that fan four stick thing? Oh, that's awful. That's awful. If they did that, that's awful. I forgot all about Gears of War. We had a great time with our chainsaw dueling. So, okay. I don't like the Gears of War games personally, but I had a blast playing them with you. So, like, I love the communal co-op experience, but I've never had a desire or inclination of ever going back and playing any of the Gears of War games. Like, even the new games don't appeal to me in any way. But playing through them with you was a phenomenal experience. An absolutely phenomenal experience. Like, peak gaming. Like, definitely some of my favorite gaming. But, like, the Gears of War games themselves, like, playing them solo, I never really got into them the same way. Okay, so I can't go this way until I have the grapple beam. So 2 of the paths are blocked by grapple beam accessibility, which is a bummer. Okay, so basically this blue path is completely off limits to me because I don't have the damn grapple beam. Resident Evil 6 also supposed to be real bad, but I think would be fun to play in multiplayer, I think. I never got Resident Evil 6, but that would be a fun one to potentially play in multiplayer. I heard real bad things, and it just, that was the, like, I played the hell out of Resident Evil 4, and so when 5 came out, I immediately got 5. I played the hell out of 5 with you, and then a little bit solo. Like, it was fine. I didn't hate it. It wasn't as good as 4, but, like, 5 was fine. But then I heard real bad things about 6. Yeah, and I never gave it a chance because of what I heard. Which might not be fair. Maybe it'd be great. I don't know. Maybe I'd love it where everyone else hated it. I don't know. I just heard such bad things. Alright, I guess I'm going this way. I've tried to play Gears of War by myself. They just don't have the same luster. Yeah, 100%. Like, I have dabbled in Gears of War solo in the time since we've done our multiplayer playthroughs, and I just didn't care. Like, I was not invested. I didn't give a shit about what I was doing. Like, that's sad. Like, that, I just didn't care. Like, I actually almost found myself a little bored. And for a game that has chainsaw machine guns, like, you should never find yourself bored, right? Like, that's weird that I found myself bored. That's very weird. But yeah, just couldn't get into it. Not solo. And then, I think it's been every Gears since 3. I've just never even bothered getting. It's just never come up, I guess. Okay, let's see if I can access this blue area. So let's go through the door straight ahead of me. Ow. I refuse to Google where to go. I'm gonna figure this out, or I'm not. Half the fun of these video games is figuring it out. Alright, there's a door. And I think this is a spider ball room. So I might be able to access this. I would play the newer Gears in co-op, but that'd be what it would take for me. I mean, I would if the situation ever like came up where we both agreed upon it and then like bought it. But the situation would have to like come up where we both agree to it, because I would never buy it if I didn't know for a fact that like we were gonna co-op it. Like, I would never buy it if I didn't know for a fact that we were gonna co-op it. But like, if I knew for a fact we were gonna co-op it one day, like I'd get it on sale. Apparently I could have gone through here earlier, and I just didn't know that this was here, whatever this is. Which is probably a good thing, because I wouldn't have been able to do something in here anyway. So that's a spider ball track. Moderate Moderate mechanical activity indicates the machine is still active. Okay, and we got a glow bug. Probably should shoot that glow bug. Oh, you cowardly glow bug. Did it die? I think it died. Oh, Pat, so yeah, I was gonna ask you before. There are a lot of games I would play only just to do so with you. So, I've been finding it actually relatively difficult to pick out a good game that I think you would like that's on sale. I have one that I think you might, but it's still $35, so I want to be damn sure that it's a game you would actually want to play before I get it. Were you ever interested in Doom Dark Ages? Just out of curiosity. Because that might be my my early Christmas gift to you. if that's a game you were even remotely interested in. Because yeah, for like I don't want to just take a guess that you might want to play that game and then I get it and then it's like I was never interested in that game. It's like shit, I just spent $35. Great. If it was like a $10 game, maybe I'd take the gamble and see if you wanted to play it or not. But like yeah, for that much money, I'll just ruin the surprise and be like, is this a game you were interested in? All right. I think this requires a super missile. Aha! I'm getting my missile expansions on now. Alright, well I'm glad I came back here, because that's 10 more missiles to add to my collection. Not terribly, I kind of bounced off Doom 2016. I mean to go back to do it for a latent regard, but I'd say probably not. Okay, I'm glad I asked you then. Good to know. I didn't flush $35. Okay. Then I'll have to take a look at the list of games again, because I was finding it really hard to figure out what game to even get for you. Like, I think I know what game I'm going to get for Sissy, but I don't know what game to get for you. You never got back to me on the Sissy thing, by the way. Like, when I asked your opinion on which of those games might be a game she might like. But I think I know what game I'm leaning towards with her. But with you, it's so much harder because you're more varied on the games you play. Like you're like me, you like to try a little bit of everything. So like you play a little bit of everything. So it's a little harder to narrow down specifics. Because you and I are similar gamers. And this is the time of year where I kind of like buy all my Christmas gifts. Because unfortunately Black Friday sales are, yeah, way cheaper than any other time of the year, gaming wise. Oh, remind me, I forgot. Remind you of what? Okay, so that blue room was just missile expansions, but I'm very happy I went back there. If I go up and to the right, that'll take me in the direction of the cold room, but I don't see a way of getting there. So that's the part that I'm really curious about. So let's find out. If there are any Nintendo games on Black Friday sale. Okay, I have a question for you then, Pat. Can you gift games via the like Nintendo Switch Online? Like, does Nintendo have the option to gift games? Oh god, I'd have to look at the list of sissy games. I wrote them down in that message I sent you. One of them was the sequel to Spirit of the North. I know she played the hell out of that game, and I know she liked it. They made a sequel this year, and you know, it's on sale. So I was thinking about getting sissy Spirit of the North. That's the one I'm leaning towards. There were other like story-based kind of platformers that I thought looked interesting. That Sissy might like. Like, I don't know if she likes the Ori games or not, or if she's played the Ori games, but they look like games that she would enjoy. Just knowing the kind of games that she's played in the past. But I don't know if she would like those. There were others, but I don't remember what they were off the top of my head. Oh, it's been a hell of a week. I had a really bad couple of days before today, Pat. So, like, my brain kind of erased everything before that. Yeah, I had a really bad Tuesday and Wednesday. Like, really bad. Like, I got home and all I could think was, like, fuck the world. Like, I hate everything. Like, certainly wasn't in the mood to stream, that's for sure. I think you can gift games on Nintendo Store, but I have to double check. I'm not sure. Nintendo's always like 10 years behind on stuff like that. I love Nintendo, but they're always behind. Like, dramatically. Alright, this is a good sign that there's a spider ball track. Oh! Alright, I understand. Gotta be fast. Okay. Oh, I think those might have been new bugs. Maybe I should have scanned them. New creature! Plated parasite. They are just the same enemies that you've run into before, just now they have plating. I looked at the list again in Discord. I think the Spirit of the North sequel would be good. She didn't really like the first one. She's played all 3 of the Tomb Raider reboot games. Ah, okay, those were the other ones, the Tomb Raider ones. Okay, see, the Tomb Raider ones didn't pop, so she must not have played them on her profile then. Because they didn't pop when I was comparing, I was looking at her game list on the Xbox, and she didn't have any achievements for the other Tomb Raider games. And so I was thinking she hadn't played them. Oh, okay. Okay, so she must have played them maybe on PC or maybe on your profile. Stray, if that's on Xbox, she loves her kitty cats. Let me write that down. Let me write that down. I think Stray is on Xbox. Where's my pen? I think Stray is on Xbox. And I think it's on sale. I don't specifically know anything about that game, but I've heard of it. So Stray. All right, I'll consider that also. As for you though, you're going to be harder. You're going to be a lot harder to figure out what to get for. Like crazy harder. I appreciate you looking at the list. Like I was really struggling with that one. Like I don't know, in 2025, it's a lot scarier to spend money when you don't know if the person's even gonna like the thing you're gonna get them, so you want to be sure that they're gonna like it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? What is this otherworldly pestilence that infests the land, seeking out life in its blind need for corruption? That's called MAGA. And where did the meteor that brought it originate? Was it crafted by alien hands, or is it a roving chunk of a planet that suffered a violent end? Our minds quail in horror at the thought that long ago, In some corner of the universe as yet, I love that, by the way, quail and horror. That's a great phrasing. In some corner of the universe as yet unseen by our eyes, an entire planet was perhaps once coated with this great poison. Whatever cataclysm may have ruptured that doomed place must have been mighty indeed. And if other meteors from it spread through space, bearing this evil to the far corners of the universe, we hold fast to the hope that this is not so, that the only surviving remnants of this evil are here on Talon 4. Then, at least, there is hope for its eradication. Ooh, quail and horror. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a nice phrase. She played them on her Xbox profile. We actually have the physical copies. Weird that the achievements didn't show up. Well, at least when I was checking out her profile, it didn't show anything for Tomb Raider 2 and 3. So that's why I was thinking she didn't have them. So yeah, that is interesting. All right, how do I get up to that spider ball track? Okay, good. I can jump up here. How do I get to that spider ball track? Because I can't go through the door. But there's a spider ball track. Already read the lore. Ooh, boy, the old school days of figuring it out. Oh, I love it. I love it, but it's also frustrating feeling so dumb sometimes. But I do love it. Like I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's a great experience. Oh yeah, we were talking about Clair Obscur. That was before I saw that Clair Obscur was also, I think, a $35 game on sale. And that's a lot of money that's a lot of money for me. So like I just couldn't justify it. Ooh, how do I get to that spider ball track? I don't think I can. Nope. Now you can't really bomb jump in this game. Huh. So this is definitely the direction I'm supposed to go, but I don't know how to get through here. There's something. Oh, there's something I'm missing. Oh, there we go. This has to be it. Alright, so the part of the floor here is weak. So it's got to be a super missile, right? Or not. Damn, I thought I was onto something there. Maybe there'd be a thing that would shoot me up. Damn it. Check the room with the thermal visor. Maybe that'll reveal something. Nope. Curiouser and curiouser. Oh, there's a tunnel. There's a tunnel. Where do you lead? That was a hard to see tunnel. Jesus. Okay. I think that tunnel was where I was supposed to go, but goddamn, that was a hard to see tunnel. Jesus. Jesus. Alright, now I can read these. I'm trying to think of games I was interested in that I just didn't play. Okay, yeah, I was talking earlier about games that was interesting me in the current sales. One game that really looks interesting to me that I'm probably going to get tomorrow was The Outer Wilds. That game looked very interesting to me. Um, I'll give you the description right now because the description had me very interested. Outer Wilds is a critically acclaimed and award-winning open-world mystery about a solar system trapped in an endless time loop. Yeah, that's like everything made for me. But also the reviews for it are like stark raving good. I did buy myself, Patman, the Guardians of the Galaxy game that Marvel made a couple of years ago. For like $8, and that's the only thing I've bought from Black Friday so far. So I've only spent $8 on Black Friday sales, and I'm very happy about that. Yeah, Outer Wilds I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna get that tomorrow. But that one I've heard things about over the years, and then when I saw it pop up on sale, I was reminded that it existed, and I was suddenly very excited at the prospect of playing it. Definitely on my list. Another game that caught my eye that I'm probably gonna get, also very cheap, was Splinter Cell Blacklist, the digital version, because I can't play disc games anymore, but I would love to replay that game. So, you know, I'd need to buy the digital version in order to be able to do that. Chozo script translated. To the entrusted one, that's me. If you read these words, then our hope has not been in vain. Your path is fraught with danger. Monstrosities beyond description lurk in the shadows. Yeah, they're called MAGA. Starving, hunting for prey, searching for ways to quench the poisonous urges that bloom in their brains. Some of these, they're called MAGA. Some of these are shrewd, but they are blinded by their evil designs. Again, they're called MAGA. Believing in the black promise of the great poison. Again, I know what they're called. They seek to harness it for their own ends. It is these last that are the greatest danger. When you rid the universe of these creatures, you will be the true entrusted one. Let me know if you want to do some Blacklist multiplayer. I still have my copy. Oh, that would be fun to do that again. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, actually, but that could be very nostalgic to hop in and do that. I remember vaguely what it was like. Like, we had to go into a map and just kind of like both be stealthy while we took out the entire room, right? Like almost like a Batman room, kind of like an Arkham Batman room, but with multiplayer and with Splinter Cell kind of toys. None know if our temple, the Cradle, will prove powerful enough to contain this evil forever. For now, it wraps around that abomination, cutting it off from the world above. However, we believe the power of Cypher, which has been produced by linking the 12 artifacts, should be strong enough. The fate of this world is now left to the one who will collect all the artifacts in the future. All right, it's a little on the nose. The time when the entrusted one knows is approaching. Many Chozo are gifted with the distant sight, and even more begin to learn it as our harmonization with the universe becomes more and more complete. We peer forward, seeing prophecy in the ripples of the water. Yeah, I see prophecy in water all the time. Hearing rumors of coming days on the breath of the wind. Not the breath of the wild, breath of the wind. Two different games there. Though we celebrate the distant sight, many of these visions are dark, the worst of the prophecies, and the most common tells of the coming of the worm. Born from parasites nurtured in a poisoned womb, the womb grows, devouring from within until the world begins to rot. Not all prophecies come to pass, of course, but we cannot help but fear this dark portent. That is a dark prophecy. I think it was talking about Trump. Alright, Cordite statue, worn and weathered. Meaning, damn it. Okay, normal missile doesn't cut it. And a super missile only fires on the power beam. I learned that earlier today, Pat. That the super missile is exclusively a power beam thing, and I did not remember that at all. Something behind the wall seems to have been activated. So yeah, I was trying to fire a super missile earlier, and it just wasn't working. And I was so confused. Like, why isn't it working? And I had to Google it. I had to Google how to fire a fucking super missile. So stupid. I didn't realize that it was locked to the specific power beam. Did not remember that at all. In any way, shape, or form. Yeah, all the beams have their own super missile variant. I didn't remember that at all. Not even a little bit. Good memory on you. Because, yeah. That did not stick in my brain. So, earlier, I was just, like, so fucking lost. For, like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, I was just in a room, like, how do I fire the missile? I know what I need to do, but how do I fire it? Doopa-doopa-doopa-doof. So dumb. Then once I realized it, I'm like, son of a bitch. It's such a simple solution. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. But yeah, I think those were the only games that really caught my eye. Were Guardians of the Galaxy, which I already bought. And I'm very excited to get around to playing that one eventually. Splinter Cell Blacklist, The Outer Wilds, and I think that's it. I don't think anything else caught my eye. Or at least nothing else caught my eye that was a price that I could justify, I should say. Nothing I can think of. I'd be real fucking into Outer Wilds. That is good to know. That is good to know. Keep that in the back of your mind then. Keep that in the back of your mind, because you might have just made one of my decisions a whole lot easier. Oh, I remember this room. I remember this room. It may have been 15 years. I think this is the first room where you run into the Chozo ghosts. Am I right? Chozo runes translated. Hollow banner text reads, the Hall of the Elders. Yeah, this is a ghost room. Yeah, I remember these fuckers. Yeah, okay. Aberration, Chozo Ghost. Spectral Entity. There's a movie on Netflix called Spectral that actually has creatures that look a little bit like this. I mean, sort of. They're not bugs or birds. But they're not ghost birds. Space ghost birds. But like, you know, the energy-wise, they kind of look like that. Solidly not a bad movie. Look it up. Netflix. Spectral. Solidly okay. Not amazing, but interesting. Bioelectric field invulnerable to natural energies. As these entities phase in and out of existence, the only way to track them accurately is with X-ray scanning. I remember that. Partially phased nature makes them invulnerable to natural energy types such as fire, ice, and electricity. Their aggressive and erratic behavior is most likely due to the corrupting effects of Phazon in the Talon 4 environment. They appear to be drawn to Chozo religious sites, where they wreak havoc upon anything that dares enter the area. Yeah, I remember the Chozo battle music. I remember these fuckers. Because they're like immune to everything, right? I don't remember how to even kill the first one. Scan it again. God damn it. I'm trying to scan it. Read it again. Let's see. So tracking is X-ray visor. I don't have that. They're immune to fire, ice, and electricity. So then my normal beam should hurt them. Okay. Maybe missiles? Ow. God damn it, I hate that you have to change the visor like that. I wish there was a better option. Okay, or change the beam the way that it changes. Where are you? Alright, that does work. Okay. They're not doing a lot of damage, so I'm not really in danger. Yeah. Like, it definitely isn't doing damage, so I was never in danger there. Outer Wilds. That makes me happy that you were also interested in the Outer Wilds. Because that is definitely something that very strongly piqued my interest back in the day. That was a pre-COVID game, so yeah, back in the day. That is an accurate way of putting it. The Elder's greatest power lies beyond the second lock. Alright, so it looks like this statue is going to throw me into that spider ball track. So this room exists religiously to throw a ball. Space birds are weird. Things bound to earthly shapes. Earthly? How do they have that word? That doesn't make sense. Things bound to earthly shapes are temporal and frail. Existing in a single dimension, they are fragile, vulnerable, and ultimately mortal. Okay, fucking prophets. Jesus. They sound like the wormhole aliens. However, not all things obey this law, shapeless. They wait beyond the realm of perception, emerging only when one arrives who can feel their presence. Such is the will of the Chozo. Our will to defeat the evil seeping into this planet remains. We desire only to see the darkness meet its end. The will of the Chozo has no mind or reasoning of its own, though. This will be the entrusted one's trial. That is very good to know, Pat. Yeah, that is very good to know. 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 This is good information. This is useful information. Bird religions. They built that statue solely to throw a sentient ball. I love it. The Hall of the Elders exists for a sentient ball. Alright, why are they three different colors? Okay, so wave beam, ice beam, plasma beam. Okay, I got it. So, okay. Boom. Now to get up there. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, how's your week off been so far, the Pat Man? Have you been working on any cool videos? I mean, like, I know you were working on the A Way Out one, but like, have you finished it? And have you moved on to anything else? Just out of curiosity. I have not had a chance to really message you the last couple of days. As I was saying earlier, like, I had a really, really bad Tuesday and Wednesday. And I extremely didn't have time to message when I was at work. And by the time I got home, I was so burned out and kind of pissed off at the universe that I just was not in the mood to do anything. So, like, yeah, I have not had a chance to message you for a couple of days. So, like, yeah, what's up with your week off? How's it going? Oram. All right. This room exists to protect other rooms. Fascinating. Safety shield offline. Use caution near window. Hey, it makes it easier to get up here. Sweet. My week off has been quite lazy. I haven't touched the Way Out videos since last I told you about it, and I have played no Titanfall 2. Turns out I was very burned out and wanted to do nothing. There's nothing wrong with that, dude. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Those are actually some of the best days in existence. So I've had lately, like almost with the exception of 1 week, I've been actually squeezing out an extra, like a day here and there where I've had nothing to do. Like, this never happens. But like last week I had 1 day where I didn't have to go anywhere and do anything, and you know what? On that day, I'm like, oh, I'm totally gonna record this, or I'm gonna stream this, or I'm gonna do this. I ended up doing nothing. Like, I played games and like put on movies those days, but like I did nothing. And that was the best choice of thing I could have done ever. So like sometimes you need to just not. Sometimes you need to just take a step back. And that's a good thing. It's a way of not burning out. Stone Toad preys on creatures smaller than itself. Oh, I remember them. It has to eat you and then you blow it up. Yeah. Ooh. Look at that ripple. Oh, for Metroid Prime. That probably would have crashed Metroid Prime back in the day. Oh. Rewatched Dune Part 1 yesterday. That movie slaps. Still haven't seen it. I've heard good things, but it's just, I don't know. Like, I just never got around to it. But I've heard very good things. It certainly looked good. Ooh. Alright. Alright. It's much easier than I thought. I was just shooting it, but like, now let's use a power bomb. Not a power bomb. Morph ball bomb. Different thing. Alright, so that creates a half pipe. Ah, damn. Oh! Alright, eat me. There you go. Jerk. Dune Part 1 and 2 are the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. I love them. Bought a Blu-ray collection for them both at my trusty secondhand store. Very nice. Yeah, we have no secondhand stores where I live. None. There's nothing. Every, like, small store is gone. Everything. You have to go big box store or nothing where I live. Alright, maybe I have to destroy all the devil toads. The Nurgolids. I'm gonna consider these things Nurgolids. I have not watched the new Mighty Nine. Because, well, you know, Stranger Things came out, and I was much more interested in Stranger Things than Mighty Nine. I've been much more anticipating Stranger Things than Mighty Nine. Yeah, we don't have any secondhand stores anymore. We used to have one bookstore, and even that closed down. It's like now we literally have nothing here, which is quite heartbreaking. Ooh, there's not even a boss fight? All right. Ice beam. Give me that beam. Was not expecting that. I figured it would be a boss fight. Getting the spider ball was a boss fight. I fought that big giant Garignac earlier. That was a fun fight. I actually really enjoyed that fight. Garignac. Alright, so now I got a new beam. Which I remember fires very slow, but has tremendous utility. But I do remember it fired very slow. We did watch the new Mighty Nine. Big surprise, was great. That is a huge surprise. I didn't expect it to be great. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Dude, I'm looking forward to watching it. I'll probably watch that tomorrow morning. I just really... Ooh. Did I pass the map room? No, missile recharge. Never mind. That's not a map room. For a second there, I'm like, oh, I want to get a map room. Yeah, no. Stranger Things was my TV priority earlier. Can't discount the ability to freeze bad guys. It's pretty useful. It's how I cheesed my way through Mortal Kombat multiplayer back in the day. Back when I was a wee little lad. I feel like you're a save room. Ha! I sensed it, and I was right. Ooh, I'm happy I was able to squeeze in like 2.5, almost 3 hours of Metroid Prime today. I spent a little extra time with my mom than, like normally I try to get home usually by like 11, but I stayed a little bit longer because I was enjoying hanging out with my mom watching Stranger Things. We were very invested in what was happening. It was very exciting. Ooh, new elevator. Well, I did just make a save. I feel like that's a great spot for me to call it. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I had nobody for like the first hour, but then Dom popped in and then the Patman popped in. So like I had some chat interaction for like that first hour. Nobody. Whew. It can be rough to stream when you got nobody in chat. I know you know what that's like, buddy. It's so much easier when you got people like popping in, chatting. Like when you had I remember when you had Alpha Leader popping in all the time. Like your stream just felt so much like groovier. I don't know. It was just like, oh, he's having fun with it now. Like this is the whole point of streaming. When you got nobody, it sucks. No, I'm really happy we got to chat because yeah, like Tuesday and Wednesday, I was just so desperately having such bad days. I was just not in the mood to even check my phone for messages. And then today I was just kind of busy with, hanging out with my mama. And then, yeah, I got home and just hopped onto Metroid because I wanted to get some Metroid in. Because it's getting real close to Metroid Prime 4. It's getting real close, and I'm not exactly speedrunning through this game. I'm making progress, but not exactly rushing. But yeah, I made some progress today. I got some new items. I got the Spider Ball. I got the Ice Beam. I got a bunch of missile expansions. I beat a boss. That was fun. I sucked a lot at a lot of puzzles, but you know what? I made it. I made it through. And I had a lot of fun, and I think that's the most important fucking thing when you play a game like this, is as long as you're having fun, then that's all that matters, even if you are going slow through the puzzles, because you are old now, and your brain doesn't work as good as it did when this game came out back in the 2000s. But yeah, anyway. Oh, my throat. I hope everyone has a good one. Special thank you to Dom Sand and the Patman Games for keeping me a little bit of company on this Thursday Turkey Day. So yeah, I hope everyone losing the ability to speak. I hope everyone has a good one, and I'll see you next time. Live long and prosper. Oh, there's like a super frog in my throat right now. Oh, wow. That came out of nowhere. Have a good one, buddy. Tell Sissy I said hey.